unable to, or I don't know, they didn't.
I mean, we have the space.
We have more than enough space for.
Like, put it behind the stands or something, or between, like, right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't even have to be that high or that big or anything. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I actually liked recording from up there. It was pretty fun.
And
I was able to zoom in more and everything.
Yeah, just for learning purposes, you know, we typically teams will hold film sessions. I know Owen has said that, he's mentioned that they used to do it midweek. They used to have film sessions. We used to have film sessions.
Why don't we have film sessions when we don't have practice? Like, our day is off. Like, instead of practicing, you have film sessions.
It's that's what he was discussing with me about a change that has been made, you know, in an effort to, you know, just switch things up. But yeah, perhaps that's an option, the film. And then comparing, when you watch those ones from a high vantage point to the lower ones just on the bleachers, you just see an entirely different game. You know, it's like a tactical camera almost. Everything is so clear, but
this last game, I'm pretty sure you can hear me calling Owen over the phone, like, "Hey, tell him I need the battery."
Yeah.
And you're gonna, that's like the only audio you're gonna hear from me, like really close to the camera.
That's funny.
It's like 30 seconds of, "Hey, do you have the battery? No. Okay, cool. Thanks. Bye."
You do good not to like add the soundtrack to the video. You know, it's like a lot of players might be talking throughout because they can't, like.
The first few games when I didn't realize
Sure.
that you weren't taking the audio, I was like, "Oh, like we can talk, whatever." And then all of a sudden you told me, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah.
And then you told me that you don't think, and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
gotta stop talking."
No, that was an interesting one. I just go back to rewatch it just to listen to the audio. It was great.
Shut up. That was so embarrassing. I didn't know.
Okay, fine, I'll leave. No, don't go. Don't leave me alone.
I didn't want to be alone. Shut up.
That was great.
I don't like being alone. But like, he kept leaving. I was like, "No, come back." I don't want to be alone right now. But yeah, that was so embarrassing. I didn't know you left the recording, like the audio of it. Oh, was that yesterday? No, that wasn't.
No, this is old ones. I'm just gonna take most of it out. So just items.
Can I watch your video?
Yeah, and while you're watching her video, perhaps you all can just start talking to me and telling me, like, now that we're nearing the end of the season, we're starting to have a bit more closeout sessions to see, you know, how we can plan for the winter, for the off season, to set goals to come back even stronger. You know, because this is not it. Like, this is only the beginning of your journey.
And we're keeping most of the same team for next year too. Like, a lot of us are fresh. Well, a lot of the team is freshmen. We're only losing like 5 people, aren't we?
3.
3?
Elle, Sarah, Eva, and Rachel. Or 4. And I know Kate.
Damn it! Every time I want to say 3, it's like 4.
Sophomore,
but she's staying next year. I'm staying for next year too.
Oh no, we are losing 5 because Becca's leaving.
Who's Becca?
Campbell.
She is?
She's going to
That's right. She's leaving too. Yeah, there you go. 5 people. We're keeping basically the entire team, and then Stephanie's coming next year to play full time, and then 2 other girls that Juan got to talk to Coach O.
Right.
And then you get me as well. So.
Wait, why is it Stephanie playing right now?
She's gray shirting for some reason. I'm not too sure.
Oh, we need as many people as we can. Get.
So how's the season gone in your opinion? If you were to rank it, like on a 1 to 5 scale, 5 being excellent, superb, outstanding, and 1 being like poor, how would you rank?
I would stay in the middle, like a 3.
3.
Like, it's not horrible, but it's not like the best we could be. It could be.
Would you agree with me, Sean?
Yeah.
Someone asked me yesterday too, one of Sarah's friends, she was like, "Oh, how's the season going?" And I'm just like, "Oh, pretty decent actually. We've won games. We've lost games that were obviously the teams were more skilled than us."
Cerritos. What was the other one?
The first like 3 games.
Those games were insane.
And then there are the few games that could have gone either way that unfortunately we couldn't finish.
That's up.
And then the games that were all on the refs that made stupid mistakes and cost the game. Like yesterday.
I think that's the one thing Owen said the entire ride back home. The refs screwed us over. You were my man.
We literally talked for like 5 to 10 minutes of just how the refs screwed us over, and then it was silent. Everyone went to sleep.
I was like, that's what everyone was like out.
Everyone was out.
I put both my headphones in and was like, alright, I'm done.
Same. But I kept getting messages, I kept waking up, and I was like, ah, whatever.
A little blue light on my phone kept flashing. I was like, alright, guys.
So with 3, so you talked about the refs, you talked about a few wins, a few losses. How about the relationships, like the friends, the camaraderie? How's that been?
I mean, to start, it was great. Like everyone didn't really know each other, so everyone was in the same position of like getting to know each other. But now I feel like it's sad to say, but I feel like I'm starting to see kind of like cliques a little bit.
Same.
And that's what really is gonna kill me the most, is because my last team was like that. Like there's cliques everywhere. And the team, when it came to game times, we played all right, but when we didn't have cliques, we were like top notch. So it's like I want everyone to be friends. I don't want like there to be cliques. And I get that you're gonna be close to certain people, but that doesn't mean you should just completely like alienate. Yeah.
You know, my senior year, I didn't get to play, but I was still with the team. I knew a lot of the girls. I helped them out at practice, kind of like I'm doing here, except with them, I was injured. I really couldn't play at all.
Yeah.
I wasn't in rehab to come back to the field. I was doing like the hospital rehab to just get back out, like just be normal, like do my normal daily routine. And I saw cliques forming completely, and the team was not playing well at all. And I noticed that once, like at the beginning, they were like, okay, let's come together. They were playing well, and then all of a sudden, cliques formed, and they were separated. They were arguing, and they did not do well. They lost a lot of the games that could have been won if they were talking and whatnot. My club team, we didn't have cliques, but we did have people that we were very close to and would sit with them, but we never alienated anyone. We always talked all together. We did a lot of team bonding. We went to my coach's house to like eat desserts, to eat dinner. We did team sleepovers, everything. So there were, in a way, small cliques, only because we were very close to certain players, but it was never like a division in the team. Like we still all talked, we all had fun, even if we weren't close to someone. Like I wasn't close to one of my captains, I was still able to like hang out with her. I could talk to her, and like that like a small group if it was just us, like, it would have been fine. But this team, all of a sudden at the end, is starting to become a little bit of a separation. I've noticed it as well.
So do you think we could have benefited from a couple team activities, like bonding activities? Okay.
At the beginning, we did like what, 2 or 3?
We like tried, and it worked in a way, so like it was just like us hanging out, having a good time.
Yeah.
But
we went out to eat.
Yeah, it wasn't the entire team, which what we really need. And then we need the entire team. I feel like we need an activity. Or if we go out to eat, we need to go actually go out to lunch and sit down all together in the group and just eat.
I mean, we went that day that we were like all outside of Starbucks.
Yeah.
We all just got our own food and we just sat outside. I think that would have been a great idea to do. Just everyone get whatever food you want, come back and let's hang out. Did we go to the boys' game that day, or was there a game that day?
We went to a boys' game the first time we did it.
First
We were
time.
all at Panera. And then
we met here and watched. I only watched the first half of the game because I had to leave, and then everyone else stayed. I think that was a good team bonding because a lot of us came, but not the entire team. Elle met us at the game, and then a few of us were already there. So some of us left early, but I mean, we were all together. We were having fun. We talked a lot.
We learned a lot about each other.
Yeah.
Way too much.
A little bit more than we expected.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. Yesterday, on the ride back from the game, Asha was just, it was like an hour. How long was that drive? It was like, it must have been,
Kylie told me about it. She was talking the entire hour.
Yeah, that was something to behold. Really, like the stuff that she was going into. The stuff that she was going into was deep. Like it was interesting that she was willing to share so freely about yeah.
Whatever it was.
Whatever it was.
There's a lot you just zoned out after a while.
Well, you know, as the mental skills coach, I needed to be aware of what she's saying, you know, to see if there's any information that I could help her with or that could help the team or whatever. But yeah, it was like seeing that, I would then expect one of her goals that she could set perhaps is to communicate more, you know. You tend to be the most vocal.
She's the only one I hear.
Yes, like it's required, some might say, potentially, in the back line that they communicate, that they organize what's in front of them, right? And if she likes to speak and talk, then we should apply it to the setting, you know, to the competitive setting, and then now it's both of you organizing two voices, narrating the play in front, and then that could lead to even better organization.
I feel like part of it could be that you're the captain, you should be the one yelling. Like maybe that's why some of us are holding back of not wanting to act in a way like a captain and start yelling and saying and giving directions. But I've noticed even like I always come back to my club team because we were always very organized, and I love the way we play. I love the way our coaches held us to standards. We all wanted to be at those standards for them. It wasn't forced upon us. We just wanted to be a great team. We were all friends. We all went to different high schools too, so it wasn't just one high school. We all talked. I came onto the team as the youngest.
Yeah.
I wasn't talking at first. I was very shy. I didn't want to. I didn't want to be that new young girl that was just like, okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. I was just really awkward about it. I've never been on a club team either. They were my first club team too. So it was awkward for me to want to do that. But as I got more confidence in them, and they had more confidence in me, they're like, no, come on, talk. Like, you need to do this, you need to do that. Like, we believe in you. Like, we trust you to do whatever decision you can.
Yeah.
They were passing me the ball on purpose to see what mistakes I made and to see my decisions and how I'd react to things. And they gave me so much more confidence by my second or third season with them. Instead of waiting for me to hear my captain yell, move up or something off of a corner, I started yelling it with them.
Nice.
I was with them, or they just wouldn't say anything and I would be the one. Like, they would hear me say it. Because I was in front of where the kick was and they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm the one that saw the ball where it was going and they were just in the back protecting the goal. Or vice versa. But we were always screaming together. Like, even though I wasn't the captain, I was still the one talking to players. If they saw things on part of the field that I didn't see, or the other way around as well, I'd be like, oh, man on, oh, you have time, look to your left, look to your right. I wasn't the captain, but I noticed that my captains did that too, and I caught on to it, and it helped the team as well. So I mean, if we get that into Asha or Sarah, or, well, not Sarah anymore, she's not here, she's not going to be here next year, but like any of our other defenders or even anyone else on the team on the field, I think that would be so much more helpful. Because when you guys talk, I see the most success, like passing wise and getting up. And when you don't talk, it's holding the ball, kind of trying to dribble in circles, figuring out where everyone is.
Right.
So if we do some sort of activity, whether it's like a fun activity or a serious activity, where we have to talk or we get punished, because that's how it started on my club team too. Like, you have to say the person's name, or you have to drop down and do 5 push-ups or something. Like, it's not like a huge punishment, it's like a small, like, fun punishment, to get us to talk and be comfortable with talking with each other. Not being, okay, you're the captains, you talk, and we can't. It's everyone talk. We all have to be listening to each other. We all have to communicate to each other. So you can say yelling, you can say however you want, just don't take it personally because it's in the heat of the game. That's how I was taught, and that's how I react to things. If I was on the field and I heard Venetia yell at me for some reason, I wouldn't take it like, oh, she's really pissed at me or something. I take it as it was at the moment, she was running, whatever, that's how it came out. So I think maybe it would help the team if we do activities where we have to talk to each other. like being forced on the field to talk to each other to be able to connect passes and whatnot.
Venetia, what are your thoughts about Jennifer's comments? And I would totally agree. That's like you say, you have eyes, you have senses, you have a different perspective. You know, the captain can't see all, because they're not all knowing all whatever. You know, if like you just mentioned, if there's 11 voices narrating the play, offering advice, it's everyone's on the same page. You know, rather than one person doing it, or like if you're relying on the coach from so far off. Yeah, it's much better if everyone's constantly communicating, talking, especially where it matters. You know, like I've seen in the sessions, in the practice sessions, that the coaches will say, you know, offer advice with your pass, you know, or communicate or whatever. But then perhaps you've seen in the actual competitive setting, it kind of drains away. You know, it only comes down to then you and Owen and maybe Becca, yeah.
Goal.
Yeah. Sometimes Kylie will like get a shriek in, but yeah, I mean, even
I hear Eva sometimes.
even so. Go ahead, Venetia. What are your thoughts about?
Well, I agree 100% that we all should be talking, and as you mentioned it, that like since I am a captain, like, it is required to like talk and take that leadership. But I want the team to know that just because I am a captain, that there's 4 of us, we're not the only ones on that field. We're not the only ones playing that game against the opponents. Mm-hmm. It needs to come from everyone.
Yeah.
Because when I scream, I can hear like Elle, like, you know, just reiterate it. I'll hear someone else say it again. But then that's just from the back line. I need someone from the offense, someone from the middle, who always seems to be like really congested. I feel like that's where we need most of our talking. So when there's 3 people in the middle, all 3 should be talking. Mm-hmm. And you know, I have noticed that I do get really aggressive. I do get really intense, and I don't really hope no one takes it personally, because it is heat of the game. Like if it's a ball that's, you know, looks like it can go in but just bounces over, just goes out wide, I will get frustrated. Yeah. And that does build up. No matter how hard I don't want it to, it does.
Like yesterday for that rebound.
Yeah.
I mean, hey.
Oh my! When I saw that rebound too, and I was like,
because it was directly out. So I was frustrated that no one was there.
Yeah.
And like I get it was late in the game, we were tired, but I wanted us to have that little extra push, and it unfortunately wasn't really there.
Nice. And you know, I must say, yesterday was a massive improvement from you personally. Like your communication. Were you able to incorporate our?
The clapping?
Yes.
I was not like, I don't think it was in the right moment.
Yeah.
After the rebound, for example, I know I was clapping, but I was like out of frustration.
But it's it's still, even it can be a way to get out your frustration. So nice. I'm glad that, and with time, I'm sure you'll get even more comfortable. Like maybe when the tickets add up at Costco, you could, come on, crew, let's go. I need some assistance, right? And then your teammates will start to recognize that as a audio cue that it's time to pick it up. You know, you can start to like train them that this means we need to pick it up.
right. Unfortunately, we're all trained from birth for something. Like when someone asks, "Oh, how many of you have done this?" We're all trained to automatically put our hands up, even though they don't ask us to. I took psychology my senior year of high school, and we're all trained somehow, whether we want it or not. Like the study of Pavlov and his dogs.
Beautiful. I was just about to say that. Yeah, great.
We're just all trained. Unfortunately, that's how it is from birth. We're all trained with like small things. So I mean, clapping, I'm not the biggest fan of on the field. Sometimes I find it a little, not disrespectful, but a little too much.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it's done at like the right moment or at the like at a good time or something, I won't take it personally. But if it's done constantly, just like out of frustration sometimes or out of anger, I won't respond to it very well.
Sure. So, as with anything, this is a great point. It's always great to have additional perspectives and insights. Like, you then have to find the balance, it would seem, right? What times are good to do it, what times are not good to do it, just like with any skill, you know? All of these things that we work on, it takes practice, breathing, knowing when to take deep breaths, when not to take deep breaths, things of that nature. But I'm sure that eventually you'll find the balance, and even in your tone, in your communication, like your feedback style, it's improving. It's sounding more encouraging, the tone, which is great. And it's understandable, just like Jennifer mentioned, that in the game setting, in the competitive setting, you need your voice to travel distances, like 70, 80-yard distances, so you cannot be quiet. Like, inevitably, as you open your mouth, the octaves must rise in order to reach. So it just takes a little bit of like active awareness to know that it can sound harsh. It can, like, even it can definitely sound harsh when you raise your voice. Even if you're being nice, if you yell it, it can almost sound like, why are you yelling?
I've never heard myself yell on the field. I know one of the girls on my club team, she had every game recorded for us, like her father would record for us, for her highlight video, because she wanted to send her videos out and
Sure.
be seen and play
Which
for her
is
college.
Important, yes.
Yeah. I never reviewed the footage because it was mainly just for her. Sometimes my coach did take like a game or two and take screenshots of it and show us, like, here's a picture of the field. Why is there no triangles? Like, where are you guys? What were you thinking at this moment? And he'll like describe the moment that we were in, like what was going on, and we'll all remember and be like, oh, we didn't do this because of this or something. Like, we'll figure it out. Or like, oh, we just didn't know, or we weren't talking at this moment or something. So I never heard myself yell, but I know I yelled a lot for my club team. So I don't know how I came across, but we always just said, like, it's in the heat of the game, like, sorry if it comes out wrong, sorry if it comes out a little too angry, just, it was the game. So, but definitely, just everyone needs to start communicating so much more.
This is a really intriguing topic. Do you know what abrasive means? You have it. Search, Google search, define abrasive.
Siri.
A-B-R-A-S-I-V-E.
Define abrasive.
Abrasive means of a substance or material capable of polishing or cleaning a hard surface by rubbing or grinding.
Is that what you got?
Yeah.
Really?
Tending to
I was
rub or
showing a
graze
little
the skin.
concern for feelings, so.
There you go, that one.
The second definition.
Okay, there we go.
So like, it's normal when someone's yelling or acting, they have that sort of demeanor, that it may appear abrasive, their characteristics or whatever. So just being aware of that and being mindful of that is already a great start. You know, you're just mindful not to be abrasive. Like, cool. What might be another thing that you could do instead of clapping? What's another thing that you could do out on the field to help encourage your teammates to communicate, maybe like non-verbally? What's non-verbal behaviors you could try out on the field?
I noticed my captains, instead of like clapping or something when we were supposed to move up, she'd always just go like,
oh, this is
like,
great.
yeah, like her hand extended, she'd be like, let's go, come on, let's go, we gotta get up, get up, get up. Like,
Very
she wasn't
nice.
clapping, she was like just waving her arms like, let's go, let's
I like that.
forward.
Forward march. Yeah, you see, very nice non-verbal cue right there.
It's like also the verbal cue when you're about to hit the ball, like you raise your hand and then go for it.
Mhm.
Like that could be something else that you can do besides just when you're about to kick it.
Yes. Communication, just like how we're applying it to the soccer setting, wouldn't you like it if your teammates were to point to where they'd like to receive it, you know, like, this means play me to feet. This means play it over there. This means play it over there. This means put it up. I'm gonna go for the header, you know. So
like over me.
yeah.
Like
So much. Yeah.
I noticed Kylie does that.
Yeah.
yeah, I see her do it a lot.
She
And
points. Oh, sorry. She points like to space when she wants to space. So she like if I'm just trying to send it up and she knows it, she'll immediately start pointing up.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get it over.
just like that. And then behind you, with Becca or any goalie for that matter, if you do pass it back to them, I've noticed that they will also signal like pass it here, like so as to pass it away from the frame of the goal, you know, just in case it bobbles or they miss it or whatever. So even the goalies, even as a defender for yourself or as a midfielder, if you're asking for the layoff, just asking, you know, lay it off here, not towards the middle where I'm running towards my goalie. Lay it off toward the sideline and I'll clear it. So any little non-verbal cue can help. Another one that I was thinking about is the thumbs up. Like if someone passes, say you were to play the ball through for Jennifer. Jennifer's making the run. It's a little bit heavy. It goes out of bounds. She turns back, gives you one of these, and look, it's not even like a loud clap, right? It's just like it's like a golf clap.
Way to do it.
It's a golf clap. It's just a symbolic, really.
Mm-hmm.
It's like good stuff. Good idea. And these little things, I think, can definitely help the vibe, especially when you're under stress in the competitive setting. We can continuously lift each other up through these little.
That's the captain that I wasn't very close to on my club team. I was on the club team for 4 years, and I was never really close to her. But like, she was my teammate, and we all were together. Every time I, not exactly made a mistake, but like would have a good idea of how to get the ball up or something. If I was close enough to her, she'd like high five me. She's like, good job, like, or good idea, or like, way to go, like, don't worry about it, you'll get it next time,
High
or something
fives.
encouraging. Yeah.
High five.
And she was a midfielder, and I was a defender. So if at any point, because we played a 4-3-3,
Yeah.
so I was always running up on the wings as well, and because I had like the stamina for it. I don't now, but I did before. I was always like around her, so she would always like give me a high five, especially when I first started and I was gaining my confidence with them. It was always like a small high five. Any of my captains or anyone on the team, like, wait, like, don't worry about it, like, it's okay, like, keep going. Sometimes my captain on defense, she would pull me aside when I first started, like, instead of this, try this, or look up a little more when you're about to touch the ball, like, before you receive it, look up quickly so that when you look back down, the ball's at your feet, know where to go. Like, they all gave me advice when I first started, and we all did that to each other as the season went on. Even though we were together for years, like, the other girls have been there for way before me. They still gave each other like pointers. So I mean, if you like see Asha make a mistake, or not necessarily a mistake, just something that you noticed, or to Elle or Sarah or anyone on defense with you, like, take them aside, like, whenever you can, like, hey, I know you saw that, but you could have tried this. Like, don't just look up one way, look the other way, or something. Like, that could also be very helpful.
Yeah, with the players nearby. So what Jennifer was talking about, again, brought me back to the tone in which one communicates the information. Like, if they're nearby, you don't have to raise your voice. So you should know that your communication with the players nearby, like your near fullback or with Becca or the other fullback or whatever, that with them, can you be mindful of the tone and just bring it back to like casual? Like, hey, on that next one, you got to make sure it's out. You know? And so it's a complete shift in the way that you speak. But then if you do the things that, like the high fives and this and that and the thumbs up, that gives you more, don't you think, do you think that would give you more freedom to then be more vocal even? Yeah. Now it's a complete package, you know, through all of these little, you're the complete leader, you know, rather than just someone who's getting on the players. So, yeah, this is all very rich information, and I'm sure that both of your leadership qualities will continue to blossom, especially as you go on to your new friends and you want to, like, isn't that important to you to gain friends when you go over to your 4-year schools? So demonstrating these kind qualities is going to be beneficial, not just on the pitch, but in life as well.
You can join us.
Yeah. What's up? Come on down.
I was gonna go home.
Just gotta think you should like keep the truck. You want the truck? Sorry.
How's it going?
Good.
Kate.
Join us for a little.
Kate and I, we've been working together, and one of the topics was how cool she is.
Wait, what? Like what?
No, just
She didn't even know it.
yeah. But yeah, overall, is there anything that you would like to see from any of the mental skills that we could end with a bang, or like just give our final little as we near the postseason or the end of the season? What do you think may elevate us to help get us a strong finish over the finish line?
I would say let's all make each other, give each other leadership roles, not just have the captains be captains, but make everyone comfortable with being a leader on the field.
Yeah.
So not just leaving the captains to do all the work, but have the players also take a little bit of charge, in a sense.
Yeah.
Like our captains are only in certain places of the field. They can't see the entire field. Like let us have a sort of leadership role as well in communicating and giving advice and saying what we're seeing. During halftime, everyone notices, oh, this person's doing this again. Like I keep getting beat because of this. Like we need to do this. But if we if we do that beforehand on the field, we can fix it before the half. So not just have our 4 captains, have every person have some sort of leadership on the field.
Okay. This brings me to another example. Say a goalie, for example, say Becca. One cue that we've established for her that she could communicate, and positive self-talk and refocus the group, is if a shot is allowed, which the team says no shots should be allowed, rather than going to pick the ball up for the goal kick and set it up for the goal kick, prior to that, she goes and almost confronts the defenders and the midfielders as to why that shot was allowed, right? So immediately the issue is addressed, it's discussed, so that it should not happen again from therefore, that sort of active fixing of the problems, as you just are mentioning, is really key. After every play, after the play is done, can you discuss it real quick so it doesn't happen again? Yeah, that's definitely a great quality that the girls will benefit from. So next time we have the group together, we'll definitely bring up leadership, because we need the team. Don't you think we need the team to step up a little bit in order to get the results that we desire? Okay, cool. And then that is it. Do you have any other questions? I'm sure we'll meet again before the. We have how many weeks left? 3 weeks?
I think so. We have Skyline on Friday, Cañada on Tuesday, Las Cositas, and that's it, I think. Only 2 to 3 weeks left.
Okay, and here's the big thing. During your winter break, it's like I wrote, right? It's life skills. All of this just makes you though you're incredible people, it makes you even better. right? It makes you good in your relationships, in your academics, in your business savvy, in your relaxation, your chillness, like everything can flourish if you practice these skills. I was reflecting, talking to my supervisor about this. Answer me this. What is the strongest? No. What is the most important muscle?
I didn't think about that one.
I didn't know to say my brain or like my heart.
Yeah,
Because my heart keeps you like alive, but your brain gives you like knowledge and helps you figure things out.
Okay, so then I may need to modify the question, but you see how important the brain is? Like, we've worked so much on all these physical muscles, our calves, our quads, this, our striking, that, the physical, but this is arguably, along with this guy, the most important muscle. So it requires some attention, right? Let's strengthen it.
I mean, I always talk to you before the game of the field and where the sun is, like where the Becca might want to be first and last, the wind.
The elements. You're very mindful of the elements.
That's the first thing I notice when I get to a field. I don't know if, I think that started before I joined my club team actually, when I was playing AYSO. Even though we played on the same field, once we got older, there were less girls playing, so we had to play against the cities now. So the first thing I started doing was, okay, it's turf, okay, it's grass, it's wide, it's short, and like I compared the field that we usually play on, or what I'm used to the other fields. That's and great. To figure out where I am. Because no matter what, even with my club team, we played a 4-3-3 no matter what the field was. We would only inverse the triangle of the three in the middle, of either two holding and one attacking, or one holding and two attacking. That's the only thing we would change. So it's always where's the sun, weather, wind, field conditions, everything. It's like the first thing I started to think about to see what changes I'll have to make. Where I need to be mindful of how far I can run to the sides before I'm out. It was just the first thing I started doing, and I always go straight to you about all of that.
I love it. Yeah, being an agricultural expert, assessing the turf, like, does it have a lot of friction? Does it not? Should I overhit passes, underhit? How's the wind? All of these are massively influential.
And there's like new turf and old turf, because the new turf is a lot like
grass.
A lot more like grass. Like you can actually
like
feel your cleats going into the turf.
Yeah.
Whether at like my old high school, I noticed it was very flat. So my cleats almost never went into the turf, except for like very little. So it was like I always took all of that into consideration, especially when I was walking on the Canada turf. I was like, even in like shoes, I can feel like it was good grass. It felt like there was a good layer of like turf there before it didn't feel flat at all. So I always know, I don't know, I'm always very mindful of how the game might go.
Nice. Good job, girls. Let me go ahead and continue with Venetia and